I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Bang diddy bang bang diddy bang bang diddy bang bang bang. And then the lyrics become repetitive again. And this time it's all about Ali Cup. It's up. You know it go. August 12 and 13 on the school grounds of Aggie Animo. If you don't know what that is, it's Excelsior High School, 137 Mountain View Avenue. Make sure you're there. It's a big day. Because guess what? The organizers, the man called Chris Daly and the man called Sambo. Big up Zenga Bats, big up Fuba, big up all Excelsior people. Because you know, for the Excelsior person, you're Excelsior person. You know. Everybody big up. Make sure you're there. It's a big day, August 12 and 13. Ali Cup, because Ali life have to live on. And from we say it have to go, so and so it have to go. So all Excelsior people, big up. I remember, we start out with 8 teams, but remember, 4 forward, so 12 this year. So you know, next year it can be 24. So make sure you score. Daily Rank say, big up, Ali Cup, August 12 and 13, 2022. Mad.
All right. Good afternoon and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manins Man. Bless up, DJ Agrippino Roots Manos. Bless up yourself. Welcome to the show. I am Manins Man. This is I Am Sure Sports. We have a few shows lined up for you today, and this is the first one. It won't be a very long one, but we are going to deal with a matter of great urgency. But before we get into all of that, I want to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. Prestige Finance is located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they're offering loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars in the back to school time. And all you have to do is to give them a call, let them know you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. You will pay no processing fee, same day processing. And guess what? Only 0 to 4% in interest rate. You can call them at 87. Yeah, you can call them. Yeah, man. At 876-884-7390. Also to launch legacy. In fact, Patrick Reed of Launch Legacy. Today, he's celebrating his wedding anniversary, one of our sponsors. So happy anniversary to you, your 18th year of marriage to you and your beautiful wife over there in Canada. Yes, indeed. So thank you, Sir Reed, for your contribution to I Am Sure Sports. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. So Launch Legacy is where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance need in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call them or text them at 647-989-0782. That's Launch Legacy. They will get your money to start working for you. All right. I know some of you are saying, where is the track and field? We have that coming up on our late show tonight that begins at around 9 because we have a big show at around 8 o'clock. We will be having coaches from Manning and the Costa Cup teams, right? So our recap of the Commonwealth Games and the World Juniors will be at 9 tonight. You need to get that done. It's going to be a good one. We're going to talk about Travis Michael getting the bronze in the discus. Also, our netball team for the first time in any competition, defeating the Australians in netball. Wonderful, wonderful shooting by Fowler there for the Jamaicans, and good goalkeeping by one Sterling. Also, look at our gold medal in the 110 meters hurdles with Rashid Broadbell and the absence of Hansel Parchment again. And then we will be, by then, would have had some finals at the World Championship. So that's going to be up on our late show today. But if you have not, there is an article out in one of our newspapers. It came out this morning, all right? And I was a little bit taken aback, and so I had to read the article on a couple of occasions to kind of get a better understanding of what is happening. Now, the article itself, I find it to be a little bit unclear. A little bit unclear in terms of how it tries to explain the situation. We are going to get into that. Big up, Bert. You don't know. All right. So the article, I'm going to post it in the chat for those of you who are interested in reading it, or, for yourself. And then you can probably, having looked at it, give me a better reflection of what your thoughts are concerning the article. So let me see if I can bring it up for you so you can see this article. It says Paul Hall's decision close. And by the very thing, it is not indicating that there is any contract, just that a decision is imminent. All right. No, and I think that is where the issue is for me. The article is not in any way, shape, or form suggesting that Paul Hall will be the head coach of the national senior team. That is the article that is in the newspaper. You can click on it and read it. So from this article, in fact, the article, let me say this, did say that the head of the technical committee, who is the chef de mission at the Commonwealth Games for Jamaica, and the president, their phones went unanswered at the point of the article in terms of the correspondent trying to get in touch with them. So let me give you from what our research and our investigation has come up with. All right. What are the matters at hand? The JFF does have reservation. Let me say it. There are persons within the hierarchy of the JFF that have they have a reservation about employing Coach Paul Hall as the long-term coach, given his decision to quote unquote stand in solidarity with the players in the fiasco that took place when Jamaica played Suriname away in Suriname in qualifying game. All right. But there are persons in the JFF as well, in the hierarchy, not a lot, that think that he should be given some sort of consideration because of the kind of rapport that he has built with the players. All right. Now, the JFF also owes Paul Hall money. And so they cannot come out and say they are not giving him a contract until they pay him his money. So that's number one. Number two, right? So number two, tell you about the different position. Number one, that's number one. Number two is that he is owed money by the federation for his job done already. So it would be very ticklish for them to come out and say, we are not going to give him a contract and still owe the man money. They would have to either pay him the money, then make such a statement. These are, of course, facts that are already out there. If you read the articles that have been leading up to this, you'll see some of these things. But he is owed money by the federation. So I don't think the federation will say anything publicly about him not getting the job until they have come to some sort of decision as to where the payments will go and when they will take place in terms of what is owed to him. All right. All right. So those are two factors. Big up Siobhan Peard. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Bless up. All right. Number three, as you know, Paul Hall has a full-time job at Queen's Park Rangers. All right. All right. So they call it QPR. All right. Now, it is very difficult for Paul Hall, having money owed to him by the JFF, to give up his Queen's Park Rangers job full time to take up a job where his salary is not guaranteed. So he has a full-time job at Queen's Park Rangers. He wants to coach the national team. The JFF don't have the money to pay him. All right, follow what is happening, and he's owed money. So he has no security that would lead him to giving up his job at QPR. The JFF don't want a part-time coach for the national team. They want a full-time coach. But the salary they offer, or they're offering to Paul Hall, is not even equivalent to a part-time salary. So they want to hire him full-time, but they can't even afford a part-time salary. So the amount of concessions Paul Hall will have to make is unrealistic. Unrealistic. All right. No, I know that people are saying, so why don't he just give up his job at QPR and come coach Jamaica? Listen, we don't know what his monthly expenses are. He has a wife, he has children, he has home, he has vehicles, he has his future ahead of him. All right. Now, why are we asking the man or suggesting that he needs to give up his full-time job to come and take a job that he's owed money? Watch this. He's owed money for doing the job on a part-time basis. So how are they going to pay him to do the job on a full-time basis? I also want you to understand that when he quotes his salary in pounds, that is converted to US because Jamaican currency. Obviously, you know that Jamaican currency has little to no value on the international stage. So when he gets paid in US, I'm telling you, the US equivalent in pounds, the US conversion to pounds is way less than what he would get as a part-time coach at Queen's Park Rangers. All right. So let me take a couple of comments. Full-time job, he can't serve two masters, bro. So Denville Hines, what is your suggestion? He cannot serve two masters. So which one of the masters, which one of the quote-unquote masters should he serve? All right. Given that is the case, he has to decide, bro. Surely JFF cannot match the Queen's Park offer. All right. So if it were you, Denville, what would you do? That's a question that I'd love for you to answer. Welcome to the chat, Cranky. They need a pro bono coach. Jamaica love freeness. Jamaicans love freeness. All right. So recently, I spoke to someone who at one point was approached to operate in a assistant capacity with the national program. But this person is owed money by the federation, having worked full-time with them. So this particular individual, when he was approached to come and take up the job a second time with the money not being paid, his suggestion was, listen, you owe me. I'm not getting involved in any sort of contract with you again where I work and you don't pay me. So can I do it on a per match basis or per camp basis? Meaning the next time you have a fixture or a camp, I come in, you pay me for that. That was turned down because the federation don't want the kind of arrangement where the person just turns up for a game or turns up for a camp and is gone. They want more. So they are not into the day-to-day or day-by-day payment. They are into a longer contractual period in terms of how they want to go by it, which is part of the problem because they don't have the resources to do that. All right. Bird says they need a pro. Oh, I think I read that one already. Bird says here that, in other words, JFF in not now go on mode. Right. And again, how does a man sign? Because it's hard for Paul Hall to even sign it on any promise. It's hard because remember, he's already owed money. So it would not be wise for him to sign anything that says, okay, as soon as we get some money, as soon as this happen, as soon as that happen, or anything like that, we will pay you. Because there is no guarantee given that he is already owed money. Seeing that he's already owed money, it makes no sense. Paul needs to be more patriotic and committed. Why focus on money? What? What do you mean why focus on money? I am not telling the man not to do that, I don't think Paul Hall is 50 years old yet, Think he's probably going to be there. The man has to think about his future. There are two different economies. You cannot come to Jamaica for free to live and then you live in England. It don't operate like that. You can probably do it free in England. But if you're going to do something free in Jamaica, you have to live in Jamaica and get some of the freeness. You can't live in England and then offer free service in Jamaica while you're living in England. What is going to sustain your livelihood and your family while you reside in England? Why we are beat up the JFF when the big issue is affordability? JFF is an hand to mouth and to organization. They need support, hence all their attendant problem. Bottom line is affordability. So I don't like. All right, Denville, when you come into the chat, right? I think right. You need to listen to the conversation. Don't come in with preconceived notions. Who is beating the JFF? I just cited the newspaper article. I have not said the JFF. I have not said any. Tell me one negative thing I've said about the JFF. I think there's this idea that as soon as vloggers open their mouth, the consensus is they are beating the JFF. So here's what I want you. You sent this. Let me get the time. You sent this at 4:42. All right. So we haven't been 21 minutes. Find a clip where anything that I've said is beating Paul Hall or beating the JFF. Tell me at what point of the thing. I'm putting the facts out there. The fact is, and I've clearly stated it, the JFF owes Paul Hall money. Can't pay him. Paul Hall has a choice. Where is that beating the JFF? Come on. There you go. Take it to Queen's Park. There you go. All right, Jeff, if I were Paula, I would tell a JFF to jump off at Doctor's Cave blindfolded. I have never seen commitment written on my ATM machines. Job work, Manningsman. That is unsustainable. Fine. Well, that is what the person said that was suggested, and they said they're not going to do it. All right. But listen, you can't engage people in contract. You can't engage people in contract when you can't pay them, because it's just as bad. I'd rather give a person job work than give them a contract and then not paying them for the duration of the contract. The JFF has finally demonstrated something they are great at, which is owing money. They owe money to everyone who works for them, players, coaches, administration, etc. Andre Moore says, JFF are working the IOU checkbook. Preacher says, Cranky, would you coach the national team for free? I am sure that Cranky is just joking. Yeah. I'm saying that you can't, the truth is, you can't be coaching a national team part-time. It's a full-time job. So I think Paula, if I were in Paula's position, I'm sticking to Queen's Park. That's me. Call me unpatriotic, call me uncommitted. If I were Paula and I lived in England, I'm at Queen's Park Rangers, you owe me money. I'm staying at Queen's Park Rangers. That's me. That's just me, because I have a family to take care of. All right. If I were the JFF, I would find a cheaper option. An option that you can afford to pay. You cannot hire people that you can't pay. Listen, Whitmore wasn't even getting the salary of a national coach, and they couldn't pay him. They couldn't pay him. Patriotic, come on, guys. He isn't Bill Gates. Hold on, let's see if I can connect this caller. Yes, caller. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Good evening, I Am Sure Sports.
Hey.
Your viewers and your listeners.
Hey, who is this? Ryan LFC, welcome, my friend.
I'm doing good, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, man. Yeah, boy.
Mornings, man. What a start. JFF clever, man. This is a clever move by the Football Federation.
Why you say it's clever?
It's a stunt. It's a stunt, brother.
A stud?
I speak to somebody. He's a yes, man.
Yeah.
I speak to somebody this morning. He wasn't calling me, but I was on the phone nearly for an hour with a person, right? Management is a stunt. They're not giving Paul Hall the job, and these are some of the stunts they might use.
Yeah.
A stunts, brother. You understand? Because look how easy as that. You don't get nothing more easy than that to get the man on board, to pay the man part-time, to pay the man every time him come. So for 3 games, you just pay whatever the man want. It's easy. You
Yep.
think it's easy more than every month you pay him?
Yep.
Remember, all 6 months when I have a game, Jamaica do have a game, so it's easier. It's a craft, viewers and subscribers. Tell you that, man. It's a craft, bridging. And you see this money problem with the JFF have, wait till tonight. I'm going to turn over the mid tonight on my show. Bro,
Yeah.
these man have money, brother. These man, man, tell the management, I'm sick and tired of the Football Federation, bro. Money in the kitty, management. Money in the kitty, but where the money is using, money is there.
Yeah.
This is a slight move for the people, them.
You know,
to say,
you know
they
what?
Pull up for the book, brother.
You know what would be good? You know what would be good, Ryan? I'd love to know from Paul Hall. All right, I have some information. I know what the salaries are because that you can find. I found out what the salaries are at Queen's Park Rangers. And to be honest, I don't think there is money in Jamaica's football to afford or match that. So at some point, Paul Hall would have to make some concession in terms of what he would take. The other issue, though, is that he's owed money. So even say he comes down, say he, hypothetically speaking, he says, listen, I will take $10,000 a month. The issue is that he's owed money for games played already. So there is no guarantee that if he makes a concession and takes less money, that they will be able to find it. That is the issue, because players are also owed money. So where is the money going to come from? The other problem, though, Ryan, you know what happens when you buy cheap things, or when you get cheap things. If you go to one barber where you charge you $100, you can't complain about your haircut, That's $100 Jamaican me at all. You can't complain. You can't complain. If you get cheap, you cannot complain about the result. You must get cheap results. You're getting what you pay for.
Yep.
Go ahead, Ryan.
One thing me ever say, and Paul, if you say you want the job. Close people say you want the job, and nothing wrong with you wanting the job, right? But what I don't want you to do, give up a QPR job, come coach a Jamaican team, and then your boss say you're not getting enough money. Because remember, I always tell people, I don't care, long as you sign that contract, and you sign for that the money there, me care what you want to say afterwards. Because you and your agent sit down in the meeting of the discussion about your salary, you must know your bills and your thing what you have to do in England. Because remember, as we say, the US, when it turn out in a pound, a joke money.
Yep.
A joke. Brother, when me send $300 go send me and give somebody in America, I nearly $600 it cost me for buy the US, for send over to the United States. I'm about on a $600 Canadian, nearly $600 it cost me at the time. You understand? So I don't want a man complain and say I get this and that and rare. For me, you have a family for pay, you have bills to pay. Don't give a sure for unsure and we know when you come onto the Football Federation, you cannot put on your pot. If you have pay a mortgage, the bank or whatever will take on your house if you are going to depend on the JFF to pay you. You understand? God know, bro, we need help in our football, brother, man. Tell you. I am telling you that, man.
Yeah,
we need help, Bridget. We can't pay a coach. They want to pay somebody cheaper. Nothing wrong with that. But they have the money, can do it, bro.
Yeah. So Meran Gardner and Wendell Downswell will be going to Austria with the team. But Meran Gardner is not being even considered to be a head coach. In fact, I believe that whomever is going to coach a team, we may not see Marion Garden working as an assistant again. All right. So, but there are 2 points I want to raise that are in the comment section, Ryan, to get your feedback. Richard Green says, not having money is not an excuse. The JFF should expand their income stream. And then Cranky said, at the moment, the JFF cannot afford Paul or any other truly quality coach. They will need to find ways to raise funds to support the program. Because that is the truth. The truth is, I don't know who are they going to afford. It would be somebody who rich or probably a lot of money.
They might get a good coach. Based on information I get this morning, they're looking at quality coach. All right? They're looking at quality coach. Them have money management.
Hold on, let me answer.
Money.
Let me answer this gentleman named TikTok because me do so much track and field video and netball and I don't see him, so come on now. So, Mr. TikTok, let me address you. Don't know if you're a Mr. or a Mrs. All right? He says, Mannings did Paul out. This is the only comment that you have I'm going to respond to because until you can present anything different from what I'm saying, I will not be responding to any more of your comment with due respect because I find your comments to be very distasteful and I've never heard you. I don't hear you calling the Gleaner Company. I haven't seen you written an article to the Gleaner Company about talking to sources. I don't hear you asking them who are these sources. Though in their article they said attempts to contact Michael Ricketts and Rudolph Speed proved unsuccessful. All right. I don't see you.
And them still going all right.
And they still wrote their article. You have not called. I have not heard you call a radio station to report that or to speak to that, or you have not written to the Gleaner. So I find it as someone who is highly intellectual as you are, seek to dive onto these pages, and you don't come on and say I put the Gleaner argument in there, and you have intentionally skipped over it without saying one thing about the Gleaner Company. All right, so let me give you something. Paul Hall is owed money. At no point did I tell you, TikTok, that the reason why Paul Hall is not signing is because the JFF owe him. I will say it again so you can hear with your ears and not with your fingers. All right? Paul Hall is owed money. Why would he sign something that he would have to concede, make concession on his present salary so the federation could afford it? Why would he do that when money is already owed to him? What guarantees does he have that they will pay him once he signs a contract if no, they are not paying him? That is the question. If you have an answer to that, go ahead and answer. So that is what we have been saying. So in the same way you challenge us, it would be nice for you to do some articles to the newspaper and challenge them, because we are speaking from what we saw, and we have called persons in the JFF in high positions. I'm very sure that they are in higher positions than you. And they are confirming and have confirmed what man is saying. But I will not tell you who they are. You can speculate and assume and all of those things and draw references. All right, TikTok? Thank you. Go ahead, Ryan.
TikTok ever spoil people.
No, man. You must see, man. TikTok can't spoil the show. I just have to explain that to him and put it out there so the people can see. But the JFF should engage businesses to see if they can get sponsorship to pay the courts. Simple as that. That is a solution. Why not go to companies in Jamaica? Find 4 of them if you really want the coach. And you are saying it right in Orion. What can be happening is that they are creating enough reasons to not hire the coach. And I did cite that there are persons within the JFF who have spoken publicly about the issue in Suriname, and those things could be a hindrance to Paul getting the job. But to come out and say we're not giving the job because he stood in opposition to us and sided with the players would not be wise. So then, how do we do it we create excuses. We can't afford it. And he did not take it. What we were offering, we offered him $100 Jamaican dollars a month, and he couldn't take that. That's what we have. So you have created the ideal excuses to not do it. Why not go and engage the business community to see if they will provide the resources to pay you? The players that are owed salaries, why not have them being adopted by a company? So part of their salary is deferred there. Yeah.
Mannings, man, me there all listen to you, brother. But the news, it's all about trying to convince the people them say, yo, see it's difficult, you can't afford them and thing. That's basically it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. All right, Ryan. Yeah, bless him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. TikTok. Which university you live in? You didn't hear the players. Junior Fleming, look at the letter that he wrote. What university you live in? You didn't hear Junior Fleming say clearly is that even though we have not been paid for months, we still came and played. Didn't you hear in the press conferences when Paul Hall was asked, he spoke about not being paid and he loves Jamaica and he still came to coach a team. So that was not the issue why the contract wasn't being signed. Come on, man. Don't be, I don't want to, you always talk about people disrespecting. I don't want to say anything that is unfriendly. So stop it, brother. Stop it. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Yes, man is man at Benville. Yes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I made a beating reference to JFF, but I just discard that reference. The major point I was trying to make, where all of these issues concern, is that affordability and the paltry finances of the JFF, which is affecting every facet of the organization of the football situation in Jamaica right now. The JFF need major financial support. No coach that worth their salt would be seeking a job where Jamaica is concerned here right now, because they cannot afford it. The JFF cannot afford it. The Paul Hall situation and money owing to the players are some of the evidence of the fact that JFF in serious financial problem. And most of the guys who are part of the organization now, these guys are not lettered, they are not renowned, they are not the who's of society. So in terms of the support, they are not getting it. But bottom line, the point I was trying to make is that JFF have
is it important? All right, so let me ask you this, Denville. I hear you, but is it what determines affordability? So, and I ask you that question because hold on.
The ability to pay, mister.
All right, so fine. So let me kind of put some flesh to the bone of that question.
Yeah.
I have kids.
Yeah.
There are many things that when I check my budget, it would cause me to go over it. So I have to create additional streams of income to afford certain things.
Sure.
I have to reprioritize my priorities in life so that I can afford the important things. A thing like a coach, can we sit down and say we cannot afford a quality coach, so we will just go with this? Or should we be looking at this is a quality coach, let's find a way to afford it? Shouldn't that be our approach to everything in life? If you're running a company, listen, and you need a computer so you can be more efficient, you don't say, well, leave it alone, let's operate this. And no, we need a computer. Let's find ways to afford it, because once we get it, it will enhance us and it will improve the quality of the company.
Yeah, it's in practice is a different matter. You have to be practical. In practice, it's a different matter. You understand what I'm saying? And there are some unescapable recurring expenses of any organization. Bottom line, you're going to have these recurring expenses. That is going to be X. It's not going to be X minus 1 or X minus 100. It's going to be X all the time. Bottom line, you have to start there and then go on that. So those recurring expenses, JFF can meet some of these recurring expenses baseline because of the cash situation the organization in.
So, all right. So I hear you know. I have,
Yes.
and I'm going to use.
Yes.
Let's use you as an example. There are certain bills you have every month. You're gonna have light, water, mortgage. Let's put those three. But you have a child who just passed for university. All right. Based on your present budget, you cannot afford it. You don't have the money to pay 800,000 with accommodation, books, and all of that for the first semester. All right. So what do? You say, all right, well, school starts in September. Why don't you get a summer job so you can help to reduce that? I'm going to start, I'm going to start something. I'm creating streams of revenues to help to offset some of that. All right, let's see what the student loan can do. I am saying, where is the creativity in doing things? You know what? We don't really need cable again. Let's get rid of the cable because I used to use the cable to watch EPL. No EPL is on it. Listen, we can watch everything for this season on our cell phones, so we don't need cable. Let's get rid of the cable and save something there. There are things that we can do to restructure our finances and to add additional streams of income. Every organization, from charitable organization to limited liability company to sole proprietors, have those things.
Yes.
That's what we are saying.
Yeah. Those are the ideals that we want to reach, man in man. But in the real world, where every other sporting organization is competing for sponsors, revenue, and so forth, it is very, very difficult, especially when the JFF have multiple programs going on, youth, senior, and all of those programs. You have to have a minimum staff in place to run the organization, and they're going to take finances to do that. So unless the government come in and help support, or private sector come in and help support, but a lot of this is sort of politics and it's sort of political, and people view beat up on some of these guys. I use the reference beat again, because most of these guys are unlettered, they are unsophisticated, they are not educated, they are not who is who in society.
But when you say what you're saying, you know, you are beating them more than the other people. You're saying that they're unlettered. You're saying that they're on it. I think that is a more shameful. I think that is a more shameful thing to say than to say, listen, they need to find additional streams of income.
Yeah, but that is a real fact. That is one of the biggest problem in the room. People don't view these guys as unlettered. They are not technical. They are not business savvy and so forth. So you need somebody there who everybody knows in the business world or something like that to give support.
So, all right.
That's one of the bottom line.
So let me go to you.
We're not supporting our own. Yeah.
Let me go to you. Let me use your theory, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give you what
you agree with that, don't manage, man. That's a fact of it.
Let me make a concession. And the concession is I'm going to come on your side of the argument. Your side of the argument is that because they're unlettered.
I hope that is warranted, though. I hope that is warranted.
Just follow me. Because they're unlettered, because of all of these things, right? They don't attract a certain level of people who will bring in the necessary funding to operate, whether governmental or private or public sector entities. I'm going to give you that.
That's a fact.
All right. That's I can't say it's a fact because a fact must be able to be proven, and it has not been proven.
Well, sure. We understand. We understand.
All right. So
it's a reasonable.
It's a reasonable assumption that you have made. All right. No.
Yeah.
No. I am a leader of an organization, and in that organization, one of the things that make that organization works effectively is music, where people sing and play instrument. I cannot do that. But I know if I get quality people to do it, it will pull in a whole block of people. So I don't try to do it. What I do, I get the people who are gifted in that area, I put them in charge of it, and they do it, and they have been very effective at it. Why then, in this present organization, if it is that the personnel at the leadership are the way they are, why haven't they gone out then and brought in among them the kind of people that will attract the kind of resources that we need for the program to be effective?
Management, how are you going to pay those remuneration to those qualified persons? How are you going to pay those?
Oh, so all right. So basically, there's no solution to the problem we have. Then that's basically what you're saying.
There's a solution. No, I'm just saying to these guys need some injection, mismanagement.
What kind of injection?
Listen, the point is that
what injection? Injection of what?
Financial injection.
So your solution? No, man. So let me ask you now. So your solution is somebody just need to step up. What you're saying right now is that somebody need to just step up and just no. Let me finish now. You believe somebody should just walk up with no mandate. Hold on. Somebody should walk up, take their money from their company, and say, "Listen, I'm going to give you a check for $1 billion. Run football."
No company don't operate like that, man. No company operates.
So what when they say that, so how are they going to get the money? Because that's what I want you to tell me. Because you have the solution, so tell us the solution. You say somebody need to cut a check. On what basis?
I'm just saying. What you mean for supporting the program? Management, you know if Jamaica qualified. With all being said about the present members of the JFF, if Jamaica qualified for the World Cup, you know, sir, it would be a seller's market in terms
of the girls
people would be tripping over. People would be tripping over to come on board. You know that? With all the criticism of these guys, you know that?
But haven't the girls qualified?
No, we're talking about the male.
But it's the same JFF.
I'm sure.
It is the same JFF.
Yeah, but Mr. Management is not the same cash, it's not the same recognition as the male qualifying for the World Cup. I'm sure they're getting sponsors. They must get getting some offers.
So Denville. So you have not. Yeah. All you're saying is that if I have money, just cut the JFF a check. Anybody have money, just give JFF some money.
Don't be so nice.
So hold on now. So what? Listen, no. So what?
I'm not suggesting just cutting a check.
So what? So what are you suggesting? I want you to listen. I don't want you to give me. No. Listen. Just listen. I want you to simply tell me what a company needs to do. So my company name is All Star Fabrics. We are a multi-million-dollar company. You said that. What am I supposed to do as my company where football is concerned? So let's use that.
It can be multiple companies, management.
No, man, Lord, yeah, man, I'm talking. Denville, just listen to what I'm asking, you know. Yeah. I'm talking to you about this one company called All Star Fabric. So there's this one company. Let's start with one. What is the JFF's role according to you, and what is the company's role? Go ahead.
The JFF's role is obviously to approach this business and offer them and say, hey, we have a product here that is going to be beneficial to drive your sales or whatever where it is concerned. You understand? We have this thing in place, this plan going forward, this business plan going forward. We're looking to project in another 10 or 10 months. And at this level. That's not the conversation we're going to have. I'm not saying that somebody will just take up being patriotic.
All right,
it don't work like that,
so they need to. I'm following you. The JFF need to approach and say they have this project, which is this project, this product, and the product is a national team.
Yes.
And in 10 months' time, they're going to get.
Yes, right.
So the JFF will approach the company and say, we have this project, which is the Jamaica national team, right? we have this business plan. All right. And in 10 months' time, those are the 3 things you cited in your example. I'm saying to you right now, based on your description of the personnel in the JFF presently, because remember, it is the people who are there because they don't have no money to afford anybody who can do the things they want to do. So you believe then that persons in there right now who have a business plan with a 10-month profit turnover, who can present a losing team as a good enough project for people to cut them a check? I'm asking a question.
A losing team management. A losing team. You're not going to be selling a losing team management. You're on the up and up. You won't sell optimism. You can't go to sponsors with pessimism management. You have to be positive.
So
your pitch would fail management.
So that is why I'm saying to you, Carla, that is why I want you to give me the pitch, because I want you, because obviously, I like when people have I like when people
management.
Yeah,
we don't need to invent the wheel with these things. We don't need to invent the wheel. We don't need to invent the wheel.
What is it?
This is not rocket science.
No,
it's not rocket science.
But Carla, you're saying Carla, you're saying a lot of nothing. All I want you to do, tell me what the wheel is. Just tell us what the wheel is. There are people in the diaspora listening to you. Tell them that is the wheel. Tell them what the wheel is. What is the wheel?
The wheel is that you present your business, your proposal to them.
Hold on. So
the JFF, like any business, your proposals.
So the JFF. Yeah. So isn't that what all of us? Listen. Since we have been covering and watching the football from Captain Burrell, tell me one time when there was a business plan you saw. When you remember what happened during the elections? What happened in the elections? Denville. Do you remember what was asked during the elections? What was the biggest issue? When the present president, who's somebody that I talk to, communicate with, think is I tell people a wonderful individual. When he was asked about his manifesto, which is what the people wanted to see, what was his response? You remember what it was? I do not need a manifesto. And from that point, there has not been a manifesto. And as far as I know, if you don't...
with all of that being said, manifesto can be used as a public relation.
It can be used, but in the absence of one, where has been, what I'm saying, and this is what you think, because based on what you're saying, my understanding of you right now is that, listen, the JFF have everything they need to have. All people need to do is to give them money.
I don't know where you get that from my conversation.
So what are you?
There's no way you can conclude that from what I'm saying.
All right. So what is the conclusion of your conversation? Explain, because I'm trying to get to the conclusion. What? Give me that.
I'm just saying, right. But we start off saying that the guys have a problem with finances, resources, revenues.
Yes.
Yeah. What they're operating now is an anti-mouth organization they're running now. They can't pay the basic. They can't pay some of the basic bills, even to maintain the staff. So they need support, a cash injection or somewhere, even to help to offset some of the outstanding bills they have. Yeah.
So where is that supposed to come from?
Start from. Government can help them. Government seems to be helping other organizations.
So the government don't help the JFF?
I'm just saying, man, this time, they need a bailout. The guys need a bailout.
So,
they need a bailout, management. Everybody has to get bailout. People get government a bailout who they want to bail out.
So you're saying that the monthly subvention that the government give to the JFF is not enough. The government need to give them more. I'm just asking you, right?
Man, you know JUTC government support it. Government support them JUTC.
Okay.
And then every time they need bailout, then draw down for NHT and bail them out.
So all right, so fine. All right, then I'll get your point, man. The solution to the JFF is that the government of Jamaica need to bail them out.
Management, that's not the solution, but for right the guys them need a bailout, they're cash, they're strapped
all right,
for cash.
so right now.
Can we agree on that, sir? Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that?
Yeah, man, they're strapped for cash. And they need a bailout.
What?
And they need a bailout.
What agreement we have?
We agree.
Where our argument converge? Where our converge on the argument?
We agree. We agree. We agree that the JFF is strapped for cash and they need a bailout right now.
Yeah.
And the best person to bail out, can we agree then that the government need to bail them out? Like what them bail out the JUTC according to you? Is that something we can agree on according to you? So the government, so now that me just say?
I don't think yes, the private sector not going to bail them out.
So you're saying that the government need to give an injection of cash to the JFF to bail them out. All right. Easy. That's
offset some of the outstanding bills that they have right now.
So outside, all right. So let's fine tune it. So outside of the subvention that they have, so the government need to give the JFF a bailout jumpstart right now. All right. That is your solution.
Well, what is the solution? Where's the money coming from otherwise?
I said that's your...
No, management to deal with the immediate issues and need what they have right now. Where's the money coming? Each day passes here.
Can you agree? Can you agree? Can you agree that other people have other suggestions as well? And so can you agree that not because somebody don't agree with you means that they are wrong?
No.
So in the same way you can make that suggestion and people are okay with it, it is okay for other people to make the suggestion that the JFF needs to go out and find other streams of income. So why are you... Nobody's disagreeing. What happens to persons like you is that when other people come up with suggestions, you disagree with them. That is the issue.
I resent that. I resent that strongly. That is furthest on my mind. I'm speaking about an issue now.
Then the same issue we are talking about.
I'm not. Yeah, but why are you going to put that on mismanagement?
No, so let's go.
I'm not dissing anybody.
No, who said this? No, Denville. All right, I'm going to bring. Hold on, man. I'm going to bring up back your comment. I'm talking about your comment. Nobody talk about your disrespect. No, I'm not. Denville, I'm going to bring up back your comment in the chat where you disagreed with the suggestion of someone. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody talk about no disrespecting anybody. So I'm not. I said nothing. I said nothing that can. Hold on, man. Let me finish, man. I gave you time to talk. I did not say you disrespected anybody. I said you disagreed with other people's suggestion. So I am going to show you where you disagreed with other people's suggestion. Very simple. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you where you have disagreed with other people's suggestion. But you think yours... Yeah. Yes, so I am going to show you where you have disagreed with other people's suggestion.
You don't have to reference anything. You don't have to reference anything.
But you just said, that's what I said to you. And you're telling me I need to take it back because you didn't. I don't understand.
No, because you make a remark that was unjustified. You don't need to go there. Because I have my viewpoint doesn't mean that I'm disrespecting anybody's viewpoint.
Who did I say that you were disrespecting though? Who did I?
Based on the tone.
What tone?
Based on what
Denville. You know what I said? Let me give you the first comment that I said to you. I'm going to go back to because the conversations are here now. Because you see what you have done.
I'm not talking
Denville,
man. What was in the chat?
Denville. You came into the chat and it's the same thing on the phone. And this is the issue I have. That you have a argument to make. Therefore, you ignore what is being said. And you speak because what you're saying, nobody said they disrespected. And hold on.
How
Jesus.
can you claim that man and ignore what is being said? You must have said that. You can't talk to me.
Hold on. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of the chat, because this is where it started from. All right, your first comment was full-time job. He can't serve two masters. He has to choose. He has to decide. Bro, surely JFF can't match the offer, the QPR offer. All right, I'm going to go through. You came down after Cranky spoke. You said, why we beat up on the JFF? You came on and you said, wrong choice of word. When the big issue is affordability, you said JFF is on hand-to-mouth organization. They need support. Hence, all the attendant problems. Bottom line is affordability. All right?
So I'm consistent. I'm consistent.
Let me finish now, man. I would take my coaching skills to QPR, financial security, because I was asking, what would you do? All right? You said job working, man, that is unsustainable. You remember what I was talking about? I was talking about the coach who said he was offering them the option of doing that because they couldn't pay him the contract. You said it is unsustainable. All right, that's not disagreeing with what I was saying. That is just that, because according to you, that is not disagreement, you know. According to your reasoning, when I said something and you brought up that, you were not disagreeing. When I brought up Paul,
we're training away from the major issue where we are.
But I'm going
to discuss here now.
I am no man.
But you don't need to reference these things, man.
But I have. Let me tell you the point that I'm giving you the point now. The point I'm making is that you come on and you call. You're suggesting that the government needs to bail out the JFF. And here's what you're suggesting. You're saying that this is not what I'm saying. You are suggesting the government need to bail out the JFF in the immediate because they need support. Yeah. They need to bail them out.
Yes.
All right? And no other suggestion. The suggestion, let me say this, the suggestion that has been made in here, you disagree with them. Isn't that what you're doing?
I disagree. What suggestion was made?
When we made the whole thing about doing it that way, of the coach coming in and paying, what did you say? You said that it's unsustainable. Isn't that disagreeing? You're saying that you're not disagreeing with it. The job, yeah.
You mean the job work reference? Well, obviously, to me, that is unsustainable. You can't run an organization like that.
What I'm saying to you is that is the point I'm making to you. You're saying that the organization.
I give you that point then.
Listen what I'm saying. Just listen, man, because I don't want you to give me the point. What I'm saying to you, you believe that your suggestion is workable, don't it?
Sure.
But when our next man make a suggestion, you don't think it is workable. But they must believe that your suggestion is workable.
And this man, I'm not being dictatorial. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting stuff on the table. That is to me, that is the easiest way forward. The government give them an injection.
That is
to keep them
exactly, Denville. Exactly. That is your suggestion.
Yes.
In the same way, a next person have a next suggestion.
So
and the next person have a next suggestion.
Contention with that money. We never that contention with that.
So
here's what I suggest that they do.
Wonderful. So here's what we're saying. We're saying that, and let me say that there are people who believe because the JFF has not proven themselves to be accountable, government should not give taxpayers money to them. Based on your suggestion. People believe that.
Well, fine.
So people believe that until they can prove themselves accountable and people can see their finance. Go ahead. No, man, you go ahead.
No, I'm just saying outside of Jamaica qualifying for the World Cup, I have sponsors breaking down the door at JFF to get on board. I'm not gonna see. I don't see a way in the immediacy for them to run a proper ship. I don't see unless the government say, hey, we're gonna give you a cash injection to just liquidate some of your liabilities and so forth. You understand? And then you present, you try and build on that. But for right now, these guys are operating behind the 8 ball, way behind the 8 ball.
So let me ask you this. Do you believe?
You might have salary issues. You might have equipment issues.
Fine.
You might have travel issues. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this question.
Management,
no man, we Denville. Yeah, no man, you know, say me and you, we talk, man. Come on, man. We just have a conversation. A good conversation, you know.
No, we mean, you know, we are not disagreeing on some of these.
No, man, we're not disagreeing. Yeah. No, man, we're just having conversation. So let me get to this, because critical to all of this, you know, is that, and I'm not right across the board, where there is no accountability and no transparency, people should not be given resources. And so my question, no man, let me ask. It's a question you're asking. It's a question you're asking, you know.
Well, let me just make this point. The same claim of accountability can be made of any other government organization, the JUTC, all of them. Accountability issues.
I totally agree with you.
But all of them, and they continue to get subject.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree that right across Jamaica, from the police force to from the church to parenting, from the basic school to the garbage collection,
and they still get support.
So here's what I'm saying. So I agree with you that there's nowhere in Jamaica there's any accountability, no transparency. Let's do that, because that is not the point I'm asking. That is not where I'm going. Just let me ask the question. The question I'm asking you is, do you believe that the Jamaica Football Federation has been a transparent and accountable organization or federation with the financial resources they have been afforded over the last 4 years?
The short answer to that is that no. And no other organization, whether it be Captain Burrell or in the JFF period over the period, have not been transparent with the finances of the JFF. We know that. We know that a lot of these guys are benefiting from these huge perks.
All right. So
unjustified, undeservingly.
All right. So
we know that.
All right. So second question then is, should they get accountability and transparency in place first before they are given resources, or should resources be given to them and trust that they are going to be transparent and accountable?
Well, that's like a chicken and egg question there, brother.
Chicken and egg.
Like chicken and egg. But as I said to you, you have to, as I said, the accountability is what will keep the ship afloat. It's just beneficial to the organization. Cash comes in, cash goes out. You need to reconcile both of them. You need to reconcile that, which is very important. So that is a given for any organization. But we're talking about the ideal role management, what we don't have right here now. You understand me? We don't have that right here now.
You see the dilemma that you're in? No. You see the dilemma. You see the dilemma that you're in. You're in the same dilemma that we're in, you know. What do? Do we give them the injection of money and then hope for transparency and accountability? Or do you challenge them to be accountable and transparent so that they can attract the money? And that is the dilemma that the Federation is in.
The management, that is true for any organization, you know.
Yeah.
That is true for any organization.
Yeah. All right.
You know, have an optimal system in place.
Oh,
that's the perfect word you're talking about.
No, but listen, but the beer, all right, so fine enough. Listen, I'm not asking for perfect, because, all right, I'm not asking Danville keep cutting out. Nobody's asking for the perfectly run. People in the comment section, bless up. So I'm going to give him a couple more minutes, because this should have been an hour video now, but good conversation. Nobody's expecting the JFF to be perfect, because no entity or arm of government or leadership in Jamaica is perfect. Right? We're not expecting perfection, but at least, and we can bunch government into it if you want, but we are not here to discuss government. This is not a government, this is a sports program. We expect, even if you are broke, if you are transparent and accountable and managing your resources better, we can guarantee you that people will be attracted to that. If there are, there you go. If there are good stewards of the resources they have to receive, absolutely no bailout until they have done the structural mandated by CONCACAF and FIFA. There is a connection with how you are structurally and the kind of resources you're able to attract. That's the point I want to get to, Neil. So this idea, yeah man. Yeah, big up Denville. Big up Ainsley, right? So the truth is, and Everton, you're right. The truth is that if you, and I can use Bible, when there was a story in the Bible when a master, the master was going away and he gave the servants talent, and he said, "Couldn't you have done? You understand me? You evil servant, you couldn't you have done something? You buried it." In other words, what are you doing with the resources that has been given to you? There is nothing in evidence to prove that the resources that have been given are the resources, as small as they are, that they have been properly managed, that there is accountability and transparency. If you got $10, which is unacceptable, but you proved what you did with it, what would happen is that people will give you 20 next time and 30. Where there is no accountability, where there is no proper stewardship, where there is no transparency, because you're not a direct arm of government, you're going to have these issues. You're going to have these issues, especially with the business community. Especially with the business community. And I still believe deep down that until the JFF presently don't have a marketing arm, or they don't have a functioning marketing arm, until you have a functioning marketing arm that you can put together and construct a proper marketing plan to expand your reach, you're going to struggle. Will it bring in all the money? No, but it will bring in some money. It will bring in some money. Restructure your organization. Restructure how you do things financially. Shift who goes where when trips are going out. All of these things must be done. So there are some things that you will not be able to afford. But the things that you have control over, you have to manage them well. Because if you're faithful with a little, you will be given more to manage. That's just the way it is. Bless up, Boss Thomas. Jerk spot. You know, you can go Plantation Smokehouse. You understand me? Or you can go out by Discovery Bay. Them have Ultimate Jerk Center. You have Plantation Smokehouse out in Richmond Priory. And once you drive on the road, man, between Duns River and Ochi Town, you see the people that sell mango or upon the Draxall stretch. You'll see mango, Boss Thomas. Rob Smith says you have to market to the fans first, because if the stadium continues to be empty, sponsors don't care. There you go. So there is all of these different things. Yeah. Nobody is just going to throw money to a program that is not winning. You have to sell people the dream and convince them. Yeah, there you go. That's what we are saying. And like Denville was saying about a business plan. Listen, yeah, what is the plan? You have to be able to convince that sponsor that they're going to get money. Listen, business people don't give away money, they invest money. Are you worthy of investment? Are you worthy of investment? So, as where I am concerned is simple, that the Paul situation, I am, like I said, based on my info, I don't know that Paul Hall will get this job. You understand me? Who's going to get it? We don't know. We don't know. But it's gonna be a sticky one. It's gonna be a sticky one because, I mean, if I were in his position, I wouldn't sacrifice certain things. And yeah. And I did say that, but the person named TikTok. Listen, I have persons. I know at least 5 persons minimum who have been employed by the JFF that are owed money. So when TikTok is saying that, where do I know we need to present facts? I can just call names randomly right now of people who are owed by the JFF. So yeah, MG Sports. So bless up. Yeah, man, bless up. Listen, we have a couple more shows coming up today, yeah, so Money's man gonna have to Money's man Brethren, Unseen, don't follow up that man, because I don't know what kind of madness that the man are right. I don't know. You can defend the JFF, but you don't have to I don't know, man. I don't know what that he's saying. That don't make no sense. Absolutely no sense at all. But I wouldn't even bring it up. They don't tell us one of them the conversation they may listen. And I hate that. Yeah, but we have a couple more shows coming up today. We're gonna be having TikTok. Seeing that so many people, man. Find out from the JFF if Vin Blaine has been paid and his coaching staff. Those that left before Lauren Donaldson came, find that out. Find out if Theodore Whitmore has been paid and his coaching staff. Find that out, seeing that Find out if Hugh Busby has been paid up. Seeing that all of these things. Find out if the people who went on the under-20 camp have been paid, the coaches, and the one who went on the under-17, male and female. Find that out. And then when you find that out, you come and tell Manningsman that Manningsman, all of them have been paid up. Just do that. And then when you do that, we can have a conversation. Anyhow you can present to us information. Or if you just turn up one day and say, yeah, well, I talked to somebody and all of them have been paid up. All of them. I have confirmation. That's all you have to do. All you have to do. And anytime you can do that. Because if they were supposed to do this, you hear what you're asking? You're asking the people who are trying to work with the JFF to report them to FIFA. You mean the JFF? No good. Okay. Yeah, man. We're going to talk about netball, man. We're going to talk about netball or the beat and the Commonwealth show. That's 9 o'clock tonight. So at 8 o'clock, we're having 5 coaches from the Manning Cup and 5 coaches from the Da Costa Cup will be on our program at 8 p.m. tonight. 8 p.m. You don't want to miss that one. The thumbnail is out and all of that. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna end this one right now because it should have been an hour. We're going to an hour and odd. Listen, if you have not yet hit the like button, please make sure you do that. Hit the like button. You understand me? Make sure you hit the like button. You understand me? So big up for yourself, people. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. You understand me? It has been a good one. Then my brethren, and bless up yourself, all the other persons who called in, texting, comment, really appreciate that. All the other vloggers from the Formula to Eddie Gona, Unseen Sports TV, and all the others who probably were watching and didn't make a comment. Respect to every single one of you. Hey, hear this man. Hey, you can't tell me. Hey, listen, TikTok, you can't tell me something new for football. Me, for this a country, sleep in a attic in a national stadium. You may not know me, but don't tell me something new to football. You ask anybody who you know in a football about me and play football and involvement in a football. TikTok, not you probably don't know me because but me used to sleep in the attic in the stadium here and go drink Milo on the cycle track a morning time for breakfast. You hear? You hear TikTok? So easy. And a football without play up there. Big up yourself, TikTok, but new to football. You can say me young, but not tell me something new. You can tell me something young, but don't tell me something new, TikTok. Don't do that, TikTok. Don't do that, TikTok. Yeah, man. But people, that is it for the show. It was a good one. And 20 minutes. Bless up. Ryan LFC, big up yourself as well. I know that he will be on tonight as well. So people, take care of the football people. That's the football show. For today, like I said, we have the next football one with the coaches. Good time that is going to be. And then we have the 9 o'clock Commonwealth and Under 20 Youth Championship. Yeah, man. All right, bless up one and all. You have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening. I am Management. As usual, we say we are over and we are OUT. We are out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.